it to y'all? It is me, Candace at Beauty and Writing, and today is definitely a writing vlog. So hopefully you all can hear me. I'm actually trying to speak at a non-elevated tone because I don't want everyone here in the coffee shop to hear me. It's not really that busy in here today. So there's one, two, three, four, five. Well, not include myself. I make the sixth customer that's sitting in here, and then there's three baristas behind me and then one person in the kitchen. So it's not really that loud in here, but hopefully you all can't even hear the music with this microphone. But I'm here at the coffee shop today, and what I am working on today is building out the fictional religion and deity aspects of Project 𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗡𝗚. And if you're new to my channel, I am currently working on my debut novel called Project 𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗚, and 𝗬𝗢𝗡 is a adult dark fantasy novel with some elements of horror, some terror, psychological horror. There's some corruption. There's quite a few of other things, and I'm going to get my pitch. I'm going to have the speech down so that I can share more with you all about Project 𝗬𝗬𝗡𝗚. But for now, adult dark fantasy is what I'll give you guys. But I do know that as I am working on this draft 2, which is a complete rewrite because the first draft is already done, I am really seeing how this novel is developing, and it's not going in a complete direction of draft 1. Draft 1 seemed like more of a horror, but more of a hopeful book, whereas this one, I can definitely see the dread and the corruption and just the terror and out of the whole aspect, the need and the greed of power and how to destroy structure. I can see more of that now within this novel. So I have taken this past week again to work on the religion aspect. I've completed the religion aspect for one portion of the leader and its followers, and then now I'm working on another. My book is not a spiritual book, but a lot of practices do involve religion, and it cannot also be just religion, just someone that follows someone. So what I've been working with right now is this notebook here that y'all see me using, and I just been handwriting everything down, and I'm enjoying handwriting because I've always been doing handwriting, but a lot of times I'll just whip out the computer. But handwriting gives me the time for my brain to slow down so that I'm not typing so fast. I can just slow down in what I'm writing. So a couple of the questions to build out this fantasy, and I find this very fascinating, y'all, is that I've written the complete first novel giving myself free range of everything that I wanted to write. I gave myself complete free range, and I've had different scenes go in one direction where I thought it was going to go in a particular way, but then I changed it up because I wanted to see how my creativity will naturally flow. And so as I'm working on draft 2, I'm I am tying up the loose ends with certain things. I may have tested one theory in this chapter and then tried something else in another chapter. And so right now what I'm doing is basically picking up all the pieces that I put out and sorting them into the right buckets. And so one of the main things that I needed to do for this is to work on what I'm working on today is the fictional religion and deity templates for 2 of I'll just call it factions. That's not the right word, but 2 of the groups that I have within this novel. So some of the questions that this is using, and I am using the Ellipsis platform, which is complete AI free. Within the free version, because now they have a paid version where they have different writing insights and like chats and things like that. But there's quite a few templates in here to get you started on your writing. And that's the template that I did use. I went poking around, on Pinterest, researching here and there, but truthfully, looking at the templates that Ellipsis has, these are really great because a really great foundation to help you flush out how you want your book to pan out as far as developing character arcs, conflicts, and things like that. But going into the fictional part, I really want to put the camera to this, but I'm in the coffee shop right now, so this is what we'll do. Um, Maybe I'll do a voiceover. So we have in here to ask questions about fictional religion, deity. We have the basics, which is the name, the vibes that it give, narrative role, key themes. Then you have the name of your religion, the terms for the deity or deities, terms for the followers, and other relevant terms. Some other things that I thought was very interesting to pan out is working on the moral code and ethics, because that's very important within a religion or some type of structure. And then there's also ritual practices, places of worship, religion, day in the life, major holidays and festivities, differences in practices. Then you have the religious structure where there's leader roles in hierarchy. And then there was another very important section that I did see in here. Yeah, but yeah, there's just like a bunch of different things that you can look at in here to define your religions within your book that you're writing. Oh, also there is like something in here about central doctrine, origin of the world, origin of intelligent life, death and the afterlife, name of reality, the truth, the magic, sacred texts. Yeah, so there's just like a bunch of different aspects in here that you can use that will help you along with your novel that I'm working on. So a couple of other things that I wanted to work on today. I'm going to pull up my mood board and I'm going to pull out project.HECATOMB's. Okay, so I did also to set up some goals that I wanted to accomplish in between what's that called? At the end of Q2 that we're currently right now. So I did post a video thinking that I was going to be editor ready by December 2026. How my mind is going right now and how I am deeply invested and rooted into this novel and expanding it out from just like top surface level aspects, I do not see myself being ready at that time, because I am really taking the time to develop and let my creativity flow, and I'm taking my time with this for sure. So what I'm going to do is just focus on goals for the quarters, because that's much more attainable and measurable for me, as opposed to setting out and planning out the entire year, because I have no idea what I'll be doing from a year from now with this novel. So um, even though we only have one more, we just have this month left of June. Today is June 13th. We only have basically half of a month left. And what I would like to get complete by the end of this month is to, let's see here. The three things I would like to complete is complete the fictional religion and deity for 2 groups. Then we have the character arc planning templates for 3 characters and the character emotional wound template for 3 characters. So those are the 3. I have 1, 6, 7. So I have 7 aspects that I need to complete. Well, 7 goals that I would like to complete before the end of this month. I definitely think that I can get them done. I just honestly will be dedicating time to do that. And so I'm just pretty excited about that, y'all. Like, I'm pretty darn excited. Like, I'm just so excited right now. So something else I wanted to show y'all. Actually, and I won't show this to you guys, but I redeveloped my character, well, draft 2 book cover. So I had my original book cover, and I didn't know that the wolf that's on the book cover, that is actually AI generated photo, because a lot of the photos that I have saved, I didn't know that it said modified AI at the bottom of the thing. So I've been scrubbing through my Pinterest board for pictures and things that I've had project.HECATOMB, and I've been deleting those photos out of my my Pinterest board for project.HECATOMB. And so that prompted me to redevelop the book cover that I have. And these are not final book covers. These is just what the book is making me feel as I am seeing it coming to, it's blooming into something, and this is what I see it as. And draft one book cover looks completely different from draft two. They both give two different vibes, and I'm pretty darn excited about that. I don't know if I want to share that with y'all yet because I made this from scratch. Scratch meaning I found photos that were non-AI and I just altered them in a particular way so that I can put it on the cover. But something else I've been working on is when I was working on one of my creatures that are in my book, I started working on how they look. And I am not a drawer by any means, y'all, but when y'all see this, y'all gonna be like, Candace, what is that? But this is that so far for one of the creatures that I have in my novel. I have in my mind of what it looks like, but I don't want to share too much about what exactly it looks like. But that's a little snippet of it for sure. So, what I am about to work on right now is start planning for my character art template for three of the characters I want to do. I think that I can get through maybe two. No, maybe one today, to be honest. I think that because this coffee shop closes at 6 o'clock now. And so I will be headed back home and hopefully still be working on this for sure. But that's what I'm going to work on today for rest of my time here. Oh, and I got I think I forgot what this is called, but this is my iced coffee. It is a sunrise latte or no wait, golden hour ice golden hour latte. Here. I drink quite a bit from that. It is very delicious and it's definitely what I needed. We went on a hike this morning and needless to say, y'all, it did me in and I'm pretty excited. So I am going to get into writing. And something else I always wanted to share with y'all is I did get a new book. It's called The Conflict of Stars, A Writer's Guide to Obstacles, Adversaries, and Inner Struggles, Volume 1 by Angela Ackerman and Becca Pulgis. I believe I pronounced her last name incorrectly. But this is the book here, just so I can deepen my knowledge and learn more about character struggles, because that's one of my goals for this quarter is to study character agency, which I am going to continue to carry over into Q3 for 2026. But this is part of character agency, making sure I am building that up. So I'm going to get into writing because the coffee shop closes in an hour and a half, and I would like to get more done as possible. Was definitely most certainly a good writing session today. Since we went on a hike earlier this morning and then had breakfast when we got home, basically brunch, I didn't have a lot of time to do some writing. I was probably there at the coffee shop for about 3 hours. They actually changed their hours. They used to be open until 8 o'clock on Saturdays, but now they're open till 6. Like I was planning on staying here till about 7:30. So I definitely, when I get home, um, see what I want to eat for dinner, and then definitely do some more writing. And when I say writing, I mean like I'm working on my project, so I'm working on my whip. Okay, so um, but it was definitely a good writing sesh. Again, like what I did for the first draft, I gave myself a complete free for all in what I wanted to do with this project as far as what I wanted to see the story go. And that did work out for me, but as I'm working on draft 2 now, just picking up the pieces that I did put out there and seeing what I want to really stick within the story. I've already before completed a character arc, already completed just like a bunch of different things I have already completed, but as I was working on the beginning stages of draft 2, I realized that now, like my character, my main character protagonist, she has a complete different personality from what I thought she wanted to have. And I like it a lot better. So I'm redeveloping her character arc and the character arc of some other individuals as well too, as well as the story. I'm just developing the story in general a little bit more differently from what I've seen it as before. So I feel like I'm starting from ground zero, but this is my first time ever writing a novel, ever like really putting this much thought into it. And when I say this is my first time writing a novel, like I've written, stories back then, but this is like officially something that I am writing to actually publish and trying to make it make sense and really doing some world building, really developing the world because I really want the mythical, the fantasy part of my story. I really want that to be fleshed out. Like I want it to be lush. I want it to be realistic. I want it to be just something that you can actually see as a world living and something that I can see as a fantasy world that's actually absolutely like true is the Lord of the Rings. Like that's my favorite movie trilogy of all times. Have I read the books? No, because the movies itself do just enough for me. And so, not saying that I'm trying to write a novel or see my novel as the Lord of the Rings, but I really want to give some realism to it and not just put a story together and give surface level of different worlds and religion and uh cultural I cultural aspects or different like surface level personal. Like I really want to flesh everything out and have depth to a lot of things. And so that's why I'm not going to be editor ready by December 2026. I can be editor ready by December 2026, but the way that I see this story and how it's developing, it's not going to be ready by December 2026 because I am not for just throwing something together. Because I really, yeah, I'm just not, I don't need to explain that a little more. I'm not throwing things together. That's like plain and simple of what I am not doing. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm still drinking on this iced coffee. It's a it's a little bit left, but it's really good. Do any of y'all drive with your knees? Completely not safe. I do not condone it, but I just did that. Anywho, but I'm on my way home now, and we're gonna see what the night brings. I'm definitely gonna do some more writing for sure because I feel my creative juices flowing. So I showed my husband the draft 2 book cover and the vibes that it's giving, and I know that a story is more than the aesthetics. I know that for sure. Um, but as I am developing like more vibes and feel and aesthetics, and it's not something that I do to like really add to the story, but that really does matter for when you are writing, just because it helps you bring out more creativity, visually seeing what you're trying to bring to fruition, bring to life. So pretty excited about that. He said it was dope. He could definitely tell that my creative juices were flowing when I made that. It didn't take me long to make it in Canva, but because I already kind of had like a vision in mind. I already have the vision in mind of Project Heckatomb and what I'm trying to get y'all to feel when y'all reading this. So I'm just a bouncing. I'll see y'all in the next couple clips.